the skies above Peach's castle. Why did we spoke just like over everyone?
I don't know. Also, it's a good thing I have Xenoblade going on, you know, as a Let's Play, because my lord, this channel has had so much Mario. I mean, we've had
so much
Galaxy,
yep.
We've had Mario World,
And
I don't know if I've had anything before that, because I think before that was Battle for Bikini Bottom, and then it was Galaxy, and then Mario World. But now we have Super Mario Odyssey versus. Hello, everyone.
yay, after literally you just spending hours and hours on Xenoblade to the point that I literally thought that your channel was going to become a Xenoblade anime channel.
Wow. I'm sorry that a game is so long and I don't like to make the videos over a certain amount of time.
Over a certain amount. I've seen videos on those types of LPs that go like for 2 hours each.
Yeah. I don't like doing that though. Like, I don't like making people have to sit and watch. Like, I like having my episodes be long enough to where, like, they, you know, are still good, but, like, they are short enough to where people don't have to worry about, you know, needing to put up by an hour to do it. The only time that happens is when it's a very integral part of the story.
Like crazy.
Like the beginning of the game, or like the final boss. And the finale and everything. Yeah,
Yeah, fair. Normally when I do... Yeah, normally when I do LPs or guides, I normally try to keep it in between 20 to 30 minutes.
Yeah. But enough about Xenoblade, because that's not the game we're playing. We're playing Super Mario Odyssey. I haven't touched this game since... on this channel, really, since my Let's Play. Like, I haven't really done much with it, and... I've had this idea of doing... Hold on. I'm gonna see a little vibration, because we're rolling!
Oh boy!
Rolling. But,
Oh, no!
yeah.
I died already!
Also, do you want to skip cutscenes, or do you just want to, like, or do we just want to go through them?
I mean, do you want to appreciate
I say we
the
skip
lore?
cutscenes. Like, we can skip cutscenes that aren't the intro cutscene, I guess.
Yeah, fair. Also, I died already.
Nice, man! Nice! Fantastic! First
felt-
editing I have to do for the episode, and it's because you died.
Well, it's not my fault that I just went too fast.
Yeah. Anyway, if we can ever get the these talks out, yeah, I've thought about doing a versus of this game, and
Oh, what the
at a different time, like, actually, there was a point where I was gonna have, you know, Joey on for it and everything, but I think it's a spoken rule, or not a spoken rule, but like a spoken thing between us that we've talked about, is that we can't really do an Odyssey versus. Like, we basically can't really do Mario versus together unless we just want to do it for the shits and giggles. But like, I think it's just a spoken thing where like we won't do Mario Odyssey together because he's got a much better All Moons time than I do, and so like it just really wouldn't be fair.
Yep, pretty much.
I mean, I'll definitely have him on for a different Mario versus, like I did with Galaxy, when I know I am gonna lose, because I enjoy his company. Like, that's the thing. I'll have people on, it doesn't matter how good they are at the game, if they're so much better than me. If they can help entertain the audience, I think that's all that matters.
My frog is not reaching the altitude I need. Okay, there you go.
Oh yeah, by the way, I'm sure you guys are all wondering, because, you know, this is actually something that you guys wouldn't see for the time being, but we have a new friend on the channel, because technically speaking, this is coming out before the actual, what would have been the first time we would have met. God, that's gonna date that first episode too.
Well, it's not our fault that the one that got picked is like the one that is just the more complex to edit. So
yeah. So okay, to give some details, this is Costello. You all have probably seen him on you've actually seen him on the channel before because he's done reactions.
Yeah.
I think he's been involved in a couple reactions.
Yes,
I know
have.
Specifically, it was the February Direct.
Well,
and originally, so I'll talk about this because I'm not afraid of revealing versus plans.
Why are you not afraid?
Let's plays are different because those I put more work into, really, like when preparing them. Versus I'm just kind of like, hey, let's make some rules, let's do it, let's play the game. Like, they may take a little longer to edit, but like, versus, I think Let's Plays I just put more thought into. But, so, we originally were going to do, which we're still planning to do, don't worry, we were planning to do The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask versus. Well, that kind of, it didn't fall through. It's just that the way that we're doing it and the requirements and what the editing is taking, because of my schoolwork and stuff, I don't have time to put that much effort into those episodes to get them out every week. And so I basically like had talked about the other day. I was like, hey, is there a possibility of us like trying to do a simpler versus less complex, to where I can just instantly put in a few, like an hour or so into editing, and the episode be ready to go. And so yeah, we decided on Odyssey because it's just a simpler versus, and it's just gonna be a lot more. It'll be fun. We'll make it. We'll make it work.
Just simpler when collecting almost everything.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Trust me. Hey,
yeah, I guess
if we can do 3D All Stars in a certain amount of episodes, we can do Odyssey in a certain amount of episodes. It's okay. But anyway,
yep, no
also
problem.
I forgot to. I just realized that I just like didn't start the timer. So
Good job.
So we'll just play it by ear.
How are you expecting it to go by ear well enough?
Because I think the first cutscene's only like, what, 3 minutes?
I guess.
So we'll just play it by like 4 minutes. Or no, we'll do 5. So as soon as 30 comes around on our recording windows, we'll do 5 minutes. That'll be 5 minutes. Because most first episodes of the verses are usually longer anyway. But,
well, yeah, because you count the opening cutscene.
It is true. But, so, to give some details. Normal versus rules will apply to this. We have 30-minute videos. An episode, we'll try to get an episode out every week. Oh, what else do we got going on?
Oh, we have lifelines.
Oh, yes, that's right. I just kind of, like, slipped up on talking about, like, the other requirements that I forgot about that, but, so, before we go over those, obviously, we've talked about it, we're getting almost everything, we're getting all the moons, and we kind of just made it that we're going to get all the purple coins, because one of our lifelines really doesn't make sense with not getting all the purple coins, because essentially it'll benefit us in getting moons anyway. And I think this lifeline just makes sense with a penalty on something else. So, yeah, that's basically the unspoken thing of that.
Yep.
So, let's go over those lifelines, shall we? I just, like, blanked on which one we should go over first.
Good job.
Like, I literally just, like, blanked. I'm like, wait a minute, which one should we start with? Should we just go in order?
Well, let me just start with the grounded one. We have, Take a Walk.
Yes, Take a Walk.
Yeah, so for that lifeline, we cannot use any checkpoints for 5 minutes, and we just have to walk to our destination.
Yep. I came up with that one because I'm like, okay, here's the issue here with Odyssey and lifelines, is that you have to come up with some really creative ones, because Odyssey doesn't have a death counter, so like really, and especially since the areas are so big anyway, doing in like assisted suicide lifeline that other verses have done in the past, if you've ever seen like the versus channel verses, doesn't work in this game, because there's just not really places where you can just go and randomly slaughter yourself that you wouldn't have to go completely out of your way to do.
I mean, there's darker side, but that's only one thing.
Yeah, that would also be terrible. But so, and things like level lever couldn't work because these are big levels that you just warp to the Odyssey and leave. Like you can't really leave the level. It's weird. So
wait,
that's why I came up with something like Take a Walk, where it's like, hey, you can't use checkpoints for 5 minutes. You can still go grab checkpoints, you just can't warp to them. So, if you have a moon you want to get and it's halfway across the map, well, for 5 minutes, you're going to have to go walking towards it.
Yep.
So, yeah. It definitely, you know, requires some strategy thinking, because you have to think about, like, oh, is there some moons closer to me that I can go get at this time, since I can't go, you know, warp all the way across the map. It definitely does that. But, yeah. So, next we have button lock. So, what button lock does is it basically locks you out of using one of Mario's movesets for how many minutes did we say? Did we say?
I don't think we never specify that one.
Let's just say 3 minutes. For about 3 minutes, you can't move or use a specific part of Mario's moveset, whether that be his jump, the roll, the ground pound, the cappy throw, or the what's another Mario moveset that he uses?
Ground pound,
the dive, or like the whatever the thing is that you use in Galaxy. Whatever that thing, the long jump. Yeah,
the long jump. The long jump is not Galaxy exclusive.
I know, but like, Galaxy was the first time I knew about the long jump, because Sunshine didn't have one.
Well, but the dive was still really useful.
Yeah, that is true. But yeah.
So did I really miss that checkpoint? Cool.
The next one is stick swap. And since you came up with this idea, why don't you explain that one?
Okay, so this idea mainly came out of the blue for me, just at the fact that so you know that update that Nintendo put that you can sort of like remap your controller, right? So that feature also lets you swap the sticks. So whenever that happens, the player has to stop for a moment, swap the sticks, and then just play like that for a while.
Shit, I just died.
Nice.
I was trying to do a nice trick, and I backed out a bit, and so like I fell down. Nice. But
no,
yeah,
no death list for
that'll
anyone.
make things interesting, because that's basically the Odyssey version of bipolar controller. Like where bipolar controller, you turn your controller upside down. With stick swap, you basically are doing the same thing, but it's going to screw with how you which control stick you use to move Mario, because like you'll have the right stick as your camera. Now you're gonna do it like your left stick is your camera. So
yep.
It'll definitely be interesting to see how that incorporates.
Yeah, I guess the only problem is that we didn't actually set like how long did we want it to be. So
God, most of these really do have a timer. I just thought about that.
Well, yeah, we
can
can
5 minutes. 5 minutes is fine.
Yeah, that one's good for 5 minutes.
It's wanting to be a torture. Like, that's the point, is that we want it to be hard. And so it makes sense for, like, you know, for button lock, it makes sense to do, like, 3 minutes, because, like, that one can kind of really screw you out of progress, and I don't want to, you know, make it to where we don't have progress like that.
Like 0% done.
We've gone over 3 now, so the next one, this is my favorite. Go to the store. This is the lifeline I was talking about, where we like changed it to basically we're gonna collect all the purple coins ourselves, like as a requirement. Because this one, the way the go to the store works is when it's used on you, you have to go to the store, any of the stores in Odyssey, and buy a costume.
Yep.
Like, I think it works because it works this way better to do it like this, because with Odyssey, you have to buy costumes using your own hard-earned coins. Purple coins kind of just defeat that purpose, because it's like, oh, we gotta buy souvenirs and certain costumes for the region anyway.
Yep.
But coins are actually something you need for certain things, and so it like makes you have to actually spend the coins you've earned to do something you wouldn't normally want to do.
Yeah, pretty cool. Like
Yep.
always.
And I guess the last one we have, this one was like the legit last thing we thought of. We were just not sure what the last one should be, and this one is bird map.
Oh,
You probably
boy.
know where this is going just because we know a very specific bird in Odyssey. This, when it's used on you, you have to go to Talkatoo and get 3 moons
Oh, that failed? Okay.
from Talkatoo.
Yep.
So, when it is basically like a Talkatoo run, but it's only for 3 moons. It's just the 3 moons that he gives you are the moons you have to get, and you cannot get any other moons until you get those 3.
Yep. So this is basically part all moons, part Takatu all moons.
Basically, yeah. I also like how I'm just out of habit doing the take the walk lifeline because I could have warped over to the tower to go to the inverted pyramid.
Did you actually
So
touch that checkpoint?
Yeah,
Nice.
I've been touching all the checkpoints.
That's actually a good idea.
But yeah,
I
so
almost fell off again.
that's all the lifelines. We get 3 of each. Which, I'm sorry, audience, you cannot use lifelines on us, so the way it'll work for anybody doing video responses, if those are even still a thing.
I am pretty sure that they still are, otherwise why do I still do them?
That is true. Like, they're not as common as they used to be when Versus was popular, but if you do want to do, like, you know, race along with us, or do a video response, you pick your team. So, you know, if your team, if a lifeline gets used on you, like on you, anybody on Co-Stiller's team would have to use that same lifeline. Anybody on my team would have to use that lifeline as well.
Yep.
So.
Oh boy, I did IP clip with the door open. Let's go.
We also made it like an unspoken rule that we would also not use lifelines in the first episode.
You were not
So.
supposed to mention that. It was not in the script.
You think I script my videos? How dare you? I am greatly offended. Do you realize, do you tell in the tone of my voice how offended I am by that statement?
But you said that it's an unspoken rule, so...
I mean, okay, it's an unspoken rule in the Versus community. Like, people who do Versus, kind of, it's an unspoken rule that if you have lifelines, you usually don't use them in the first episode, because that episode's meant for explaining them, and then it moves on into actually, you know,
Playing the game.
viewing them. And I just died again. Perfect. Wonderful.
Nice.
I always die here, though. Like, I always die at that point.
The specific spot that I will never know until the video goes out.
It's, you know those moving pillars in the inverted pyramid?
Oh, those
Damn
ones.
it! Yeah, I died there. I died again, too. I keep bonking on them. And I either bonk or overshoot it. I don't actually get it on point.
I actually just made it to the pillars.
Nice. So
Yeah.
we're going to be kind of neck and neck here a little bit. Though moon counts may be definitely different, but won't really play into a factor until later on because we don't know each other's routes. We don't know.
Crap.
Like, we may be following similar routes. We may not be. Like, who knows?
Dang it, I have 443 coins. Not enough to be like Joey.
Oof.
Okay, there you go. Triple fours.
Shit.
Okay, there you
I
go.
keep missing,
Easy.
man. Also, our death counts may very well skyrocket in this Versus. Like, Mario World had over 100 deaths. It would not surprise me if this one had over 200 because
200?
basically what I count, because there is no death count, there's no lives. What I count as a death is every time you fall and you lose 10 coins. So every time you fall and it's like Mario's like, wah! That's a death.
Yep. So technically, I have almost 45 lives.
Nice.
Okay, now
Also,
I
like,
have
trying to
45.
be safe, because I have died, like, my death count's just gonna rack up right now, because I died, like, 5 times on trying to get over this gap alone. I finally did it, but, like, still, it's, my death count's gonna freaking skyrocket. Okay, I need to get these coins over here, just because I want them.
Just because
Nope,
you want them and not because you need them. Sure.
Well, I mean, I could technically get them later. That's the thing. Is like I could technically get them later because I have to come back up here. But I'm just getting them now because force habit. Also, obviously, you know, I'm pointing out the obvious a lot, but like obviously we don't have to get the purple coins on our first go, nor do we have to get all the moons that
Max
in an area on the
percent.
first go. Yeah, we basically don't need to do max percent in order to move on. So, yeah. That's why I say our routes are going to be interesting, because there may be a point that I stick around a level just because I want to do more in it, and then I want to save for later or anything like that, and there could be a point where Costellar just, you know, zooms all the way to the end of the game because he's like, I want to open up my options. Like,
Yep, I guess. Okay, now I'm gonna start voluntarily losing coins.
dude, how is it 22 minutes and this is the second multi-moon that we've gotten?
I mean, you could
Like,
just. I mean, you could just leave Sand Kingdom.
like that's just insane. It's too much.
It's always too much.
That's the weird thing about Odyssey too. Is like Odyssey's just fast, so I don't think this versus will take a long time.
Well, yeah, it's fast, but it's also long. Have you guys seen our all moons PBs? They're long compared to world record.
Yeah, mine's a 14-hour time, but that's also because I forgot to buy the cowboy outfit, so I had like spent an hour
Just
going
figuring
back
it
to
out.
Sand Kingdom because I legitimately had to get all the rest of the purple coins. Like I had to get the rest of the purple coins due to buying all the souvenirs, and so I screwed myself out of being able to purchase it.
Nice.
So I literally had to go spend an hour or so in sand trying to find the rest of the purple coins so I could I could buy the cowboy outfit.
What? Cappy? What? That's not what I wanted to do.
You know what I think we should do at the end of the episode?
What?
Just because of the way that Odyssey works, in that you don't actually have your count until you put the moons into the Odyssey.
Just
What
put
we
them
should
in?
do, yeah, at the end of every episode, we should put in our count. Even if we don't have enough to move on to the next world, or even if we do have enough to move on to the next world, we don't have to go to the next world.
Yeah.
But we just see what our moon count is for the end of each episode. I think that'll be cool to do.
Yep.
Bro, Mario, I swear.
Also, I had an incredibly weird
Almighty
moment. So I was just trying to get some purple coins, and I used the Sphinx just to go up. And Cappy told me, "Mario, you are not a hat."
Mario, you are not a hat.
I didn't want to capture the Sphinx. I just
No,
wanted to
no!
beat myself up.
Why? Why do Goombas have to be so stupid? Yeah, I mean, technically that was me, but still. Like, literally, the Goombas, I walked off the edge of this pillar thing, and the Goombas just, like, went straight into the pit, and I died. It's like, dude, what were you doing?
Excellent. The Goombas are working in my favor.
The Goombas are revolting.
The revolution. The revolution that
No,
favors the
come on! It
Costellars.
happened again! I didn't die because I thankfully got out of the capture before that, but like still, man. Like that freaking sucked. God. The
The horror.
horror.
Alright, I'm gonna grab these coins just so I have like more than I need just in case.
Alright, let's fly, even though I'm not really flying. I'm, long flying thing. I don't know.
Long flying.
I don't know where I was going with that. My brain just stopped working there for a second.
Let me guess. Bullet bill, I guess?
No, I was doing a dive off of Goombas and just like
That makes
diving
sense.
to a different platform. It felt like flying, but it's not the same. Also, like I was like going straight for the story moons, and then like when I get into specific areas, like the underground ice area and like the inverted pyramid, I've just been grabbing the moons in there because I really don't want to go back in there for them.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you do have to revisit the knuckle attack chamber.
Well, yeah, but you only have to revisit that one chamber. Like you don't have to revisit the entire section.
Well, yeah.
Oh yes, Knucklotech, the guy who's the bane of my existence in post game.
Who took ring? You took ring? Oh, that was a sick capture. Okay.
Did you not skip that? You know you can skip that cutscene, right?
Yes, I know. It's just that I remember what does he say.
Oh, I didn't. I actually don't. I don't remember what he said. Blast his face, bam.
Destroyed.
Absolutely annihilated. Oh no, now he's shooting his fists at me.
Why
No,
the
don't
fist?
fist me, Knucklotech.
The
I don't
horror.
want it. I need an adult. No, come on, Mario. When I say to capture one of his fists, that means to capture one of his fists.
Oh boy, I finally made to 1,000 coins. I could just do nipple percent.
Yo, Pog?
Yep.
I'm at 500 coins.
Only 500. Amazing.
I also haven't been going out of my way and getting coins, though. Like, I've just been kind of letting the coins happen.
Just let them come out naturally.
Yes. No, you beasted. It's like literally to put his hand in front of my fist right before I was about to kill him.
Oof.
The world has been brought to peace.
Now I can leave.
I actually can't. I don't have enough moons.
Not enough moons? Oh, Pog?
Nope, I gotta go get some moons. I'm actually gonna do some strategy here because while I could technically, you know, fast forward time on the Switch clock for
That strategy is
seeds?
so dumb.
For seeds, I'm just gonna put them in the pot because I can come back. I'm coming back anyway, so it's like, just put them in the pot.
Just put them in the pot and let them
put them
grow.
in the pot and let them grow by themselves because by the time I come back here, they'll already be full grown.
Let them grow, and
Let
the
'em
Lorax will come.
Let it die, let it shrivel up and die. Come on, do this with me.
No one.
Pretty dark bang.
I actually do like that movie, for real.
No, it's not a bad movie. Personally, I don't really care for a lot of the Dr. Seuss animated films because I just feel like they could have done, you know, better. I mean, I enjoyed the other, like, Horton Hears a Who.
Darling, our baby is here. He looks just
Oh.
like your boss.
Oh, I think they went to the storage unit.
Where are you wanting to leave?
Probably around 4.
Sounds good. Just let me know when you're ready.
Alright.
Oh, look, a lizard just came by.
The lizard.
Yep.
I killed him. He's dead. Alright, yeah, sorry about that. Probably heard, somebody talking to me. That was just...
That was
needing to
just
figure out when I was
theoretically.
leaving, 'cause for those who don't know, and probably won't find out by the time the first episode goes up, because I don't know if this will go up next week or the week after. It just really depends, because obviously we want to have, some episodes, a good few episodes recorded before we want to post it, so we don't have to worry about, like, a huge hiccup right after the first episode or anything like that. So...
In other words,
I-
the episode will just come out before 2023.
I've been working on... Oh, it'll come out by the end of by the end of October, at least. Probably by the middle of October, actually. But so I've been working on a show called Sense and Sensibility. I work as an assistant stage manager on the show, and so I have to do that for basically 2 weeks. I mean, I started last Friday, which was the 22nd, I think. Not entirely sure. Today is the 30th, if you want to, hear about how dated it is we're recording these. Shocker, we don't record them on the day they go up.
Yeah, shocking. It's not gonna go out the second we finish.
Yeah. But, so... Oh, what am I trying to say?
What the? I did not wanted that. Thank you, aim. My dive almost didn't went through.
Yeah. So, by the way, we have like 3 minutes left.
Oh boy, only 3?
Making you aware. So...
I wanted to press A.
Yeah,
Good
so
job, game.
I've been working on this show. We had our preview on Wednesday. Today's a Friday. We had a preview on Wednesday and a opening last night. Went perfectly, both of them. So I basically have to work this show for another, 8 performances, or yes, 8 or 7 or 8, something like that. Yeah.
And meanwhile, I've been existing. I know, crazy.
Yeah, so my life's just all busy. I'm glad that today I have opening time, because I don't have classes on Fridays, so it's I have opening time during the day to be able to record this.
Yep.
So yeah, that's my life. You guys are hearing it because you won't hear it in Xenoblade, because of my life and the situation that I'm in right now with my living situation. I have not had the chance to start recording any of the post game of Xenoblade. Xenoblade's probably gonna go on for a little longer than I had hoped. I was hoping to have it done by at least this month or October, but just
So
because of my whole summer getting turned upside down, I wasn't able to do anything with it.
So it will go on until the next Xenoblade game comes out.
No.
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 At this point, you might as well speedrun it.
I say no because Xenoblade 4 will not come out anytime soon, especially since we have the expansion pass of Xenoblade 3 going until the end of 2023 with the original story scenario and ending that off. And so, no, it will not go on for that long. If things go as planned, hopefully I will have it done by the end of 2022.
Nice.
Wait, did you hear something? No, I did not, Cappy. So where are you at? Tell me about where you're at.
I am climbing a tower.
Oh, are you in Nutted Kingdom?
Yes, so far I have busted, I think, 4 nuts.
Yo, that's pog.
Yep.
Love hearing about busting a nut. Though I'd like to know why you have 4, because I only have 2.
We're talking about nuts, not moons.
Oh shit! I guess we just passed the 3-minute mark that I had talked about. So I don't know if you want to wrap up since it's the first episode. If you want to wrap up something and then
Well,
just end
so
off.
wait, so time's up?
Yeah, but it's the first episode, so if you're like wanting to get that multi-moon and then end off, because I'll just keep going and collecting moons.
Alright, he
We
said
can.
he's the boss.
Like, I'm fine with that because it's the first episode. Like, the first episode was never going to be the 30-minute mark. Like, follow the 30-minute mark anyway, because it's the intro episode and everything.
Yep.
So yeah, you just let me know when you get that multi-moon, and when you're back at the Odyssey, and then that's when we'll put our moons into the Odyssey, and we'll figure out our moon count.
Did you said multi-girls?
Multi-moon. The hell are you hearing?
It sounded to me that the moon went into a girl.
No, that's kinky, actually.
I am just repeating what I've been hearing, man.
Well, I'm going to question your ears then, because
Well,
it's
yep.
not at all what I said.
Alright, I'm done.
Okay. Alright, back to the Odyssey. Woo!
Okay, we need to turn them in at the same time.
I mean, we can try, but there will always be a Discord delay.
Well, at least close enough.
Here, how about this? I'll click it at 1 when you say 1. You count us down from 3, 2, 1. I'll say it when you say 1, and then when you say go is when you'll click it. Then it may line up.
Alright. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, go. Oh boy, the counter's going.
Oh man,
Okay, so how many moons do you have?
I have 25.
Only 25. Okay.
How many do you have?
41.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I've been. Did you do any? What did you do in sand?
I did a couple of fast moons on the way. If you have 25 up until this point, then that means that you've just done story progression.
Yeah, I've brought the worlds to peace, at least. Which is what I'm gonna do for all of them, I think, because I just like doing that.
Well, it's not a bad idea.
Because the moon count. Well, you'll be ahead and everything. Like the moon count really won't matter until you like we get further in, because like we're gonna be doing completely different routes, doing things differently, all that jazz. Yeah. So currently you're ahead, but it's the first episode. There's plenty more game for us to go through, and there's just more possibilities for happenings to happen.
Yep.
Yeah. So I guess that's gonna be it for our first episode here. Cappy's loving to being this hat, whatever hat he is.
Whatever hat he is? Or are you wearing the captain's hat?
Yes.
Well, same. So we're exactly the same, no matter what.
Yeah. Let's go look at the store, shall we? Let's go see.
Why the store?
You got to think about those. You got to think about what costume you'd want to use those lifelines on.
Oh, the costume.
Because obviously you have to go buy a costume, and so it's like.
You want me to use one of mine for the skeleton outfit?
No. Well, no. Actually, are we doing it to where like we choose what costume we'd want each other to buy? Because I don't remember all the costumes. That's why I just okay, go buy a costume.
I mean, to be fair, we could just make it a choice, but okay, I have a perfect idea. One is for a cheap costume, another one is for a medium costume, and another one is for a big costume.
So basically, go in order. First one you buy a cheap costume. Second one you buy a medium costume, and for the third and final one you buy the high-priced costume.
Well, yeah, it could be of choice as well, because otherwise it would just be we would just be choosing like the big costumes, and then this would drag out 3 hours longer.
Well, no. What I was thinking you were saying was like the first time you use the lifeline has to be a cheaper costume. The second time you use the lifeline has to be a medium cost costume, and then the third and final one that you use would be a large costume.
Yep.
Which large is not particularly mean the 999 one, the 9999 ones. Basically, it's whatever's the highest price. So like, the medium ones I think are 300. The larger ones are like 500 to 700 coins. That's what I'm meaning. It's like
Yeah, I
the
guess it
cheaper
makes
ones are like
sense.
150. So yeah, but
Yep.
enough dragging out the ending.
Amazing.
That's gonna be it for this first episode of Super Mario Odyssey Versus. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Make sure you hit that like button. Helps a lot. Subscribe so you don't miss a new video, and make sure you go subscribe to Costellar. Show him some support and love, because
Yep.
he's graciously being a part of this series. And then pick which team you on. Tell us all about it. Tell us what team you're going to be on. Are you going to be on team Mason Jathu, I guess? Because that's
Nathan
kind of
Jackie? I thought you were gonna say Team Pyra.
Team Pyra and Mithra. But no, the unspoken name I've had is because everybody just calls me it when we're memeing is Mason Jathu, so I'm just like, okay, we can just be called Team Mason Jathu. It'll work. And what do you want your team name? What's your team name? You just
Well-
the Alpha Rads or
Well, Team Aphid, because
Team
because
Aphid?
yeah, as it turns out, an aphid is an insect.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, so pick your team, and we'll probably have a count of team collectors or whatever whenever this first episode comes out, and then whatever episode follows that we'll be able to. Because
Yep.
obviously I'm not going to post the first episode without at least a few episodes in reserve. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys all next week for the second episode of Super Mario Odyssey Versus.
Woohoo!
Bye-bye.
I fell off into the jungle for some reason.